The White House has imposed new sanctions on several Chinese tech companies targeting advancements in AI and quantum computing. Officials cite national security concerns amid China's military expansion in the South China Sea. These measures could escalate tensions between the U.S. and China, with potential ripple effects on global trade. Analysts warn of possible retaliatory actions from Beijing, which may further strain diplomatic relations. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy has pledged to vigorously fight back against the FTC's antitrust lawsuit, calling it unfounded. The lawsuit alleges anti-competitive practices, but Jassy argues it would harm innovation and consumer prices. Legal experts suggest this case could redefine antitrust enforcement for digital platforms. The outcome may influence future regulations are applied to tech giants globally. The Federal Reserve has maintained interest rates at 5.5%, signaling a higher for longer stance to combat inflation. While the strong job market initially boosted stocks, concerns over prolonged high rates weighed on tech shares. Analysts predict limited rate cuts in 2025, emphasizing the Fed's cautious approach. Markets remain volatile as investors assess the long-term economic impact. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is set to visit Beijing next week, following new sanctions on Chinese tech firms. The trip aims to ease tensions and open economic dialogue, balancing national security concerns with trade stability. Experts view this as a strategic move to prevent a full-scale trade war. The outcome could shape future U.S.-China economic relations. A new UN report confirms a direct link between climate change and the increasing frequency of extreme weather events. Wildfires, droughts, and floods are now more severe due to rising global temperatures. The findings are expected to reignite debates on climate policy ahead of the next UN summit. Scientists urge immediate action to mitigate irreversible environmental damage. Major tech companies, including Microsoft and Google, have launched the Global Cyber Shield initiative to fight cybercrime. The partnership will share threat intelligence and set security protocols to counter sophisticated attacks. This comes after a recent high-profile data breach exposed millions of users. The collaboration marks a rare display of industry-wide cooperation against digital threats. SpaceX has unveiled plans for a lunar mission featuring an international crew, set to launch in late 2026. The mission aims to test new technologies for future Mars expeditions. NASA and ESA are key partners, signaling growing global cooperation in space exploration. This milestone could pave the way for sustained human presence beyond Earth. Scientists have achieved a quantum computing breakthrough, solving a problem deemed impossible for classical computers. This advancement could revolutionize fields like medicine, cryptography, and AI. Researchers emphasize the need for ethical guidelines as the technology evolves. The discovery positions the U.S. as a leader in the global quantum race. Global food prices have spiked by 15% this year, driven by climate-related disruptions in key agricultural regions. Droughts and floods have severely impacted crop yields, raising concerns about food security. Economists warn of prolonged inflation in essential goods. Governments are urged to invest in resilient farming practices to stabilize supply chains. Lawmakers have introduced a new bill to regulate AI, focusing on data privacy and algorithmic transparency. The proposal mandates stricter oversight on how companies use personal data for AI training. Advocates argue it balances innovation with consumer protection. The tech industry's response remains divided, with some warning it could stifle competitiveness.